I get it. You're trying to do everything. You're trying to make ends meet. You're trying to pay your bills. You're trying to grow your business. And you're sitting there going, this is so frustrating. You want to burn down all your bridges. You're just like, I'm done with it. I can't do this anymore. Why am I even doing this? I'm not making the money that I want to do. And da, da, da. And you're going through this whole cycle. And here's the thing is they want you poor, and it's okay. I'm here to tell you why they want you to poor, what's actually going on, and why it is that you're feeling these feelings, right? I'm Cindy Pate. I'm a business coach. I've helped several women scale and grow their business to multiple six, seven figures, right? Be featured in publications, be featured as guest speakers. We've done it. And here's the thing, what happens is when you look at everything that goes on in society, what do you think they show us in movies? What is the narrative that they always play? They want to keep you poor. They want you to think that being rich, having money, having wealth is an evil thing. We see this time and time again. When you watch any movie, the rich person is always the nasty one. The rich person is always the one that's the evil, they do good, blah, 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 right? But who's actually giving this narrative? It's people that are wealthy that are doing this because they don't want you to know the secrets. They don't want you to know that abundance is all around you. They don't want you to realize that you can have more and actually be a good person. Because here's the thing, money does not make you evil. Being wealthy does not make you evil. Money just enhances what is already there, what is already in somebody's heart, right? Because if you are naturally a giver, you're going to be a natural giver when you are loaded, right? If you're a naturally stingy person, think about this. We've seen time and time again people with that, have a little bit of money are stingy anyway. They like penny banana and they won't give a dime for anything. They have more money. It's just going to be the same thing. It just amplifies what's already in their heart, what it is already in their heart posture. But yet, time and time, we've got these movies giving us this narrative that you can't get rich. Being rich is nasty. And it plays into the psyche. It plays into this mindset and this belief. So you end up having this belief that money is wrong. And this is why you're stuck. This is why you're not growing your business. This is why you're sitting there going, I want to grow my business. I want to make money. I want to make bank. And it's not working. And then you're seeing these younger kids come in and they're just making money. You're just like, what happened, right? Because they haven't been indoctrinated like you have been. I know, I've said it, but it's a thing, right? We've gone through the struggles. We've seen our parents suffer. I've had a case where my mother says to me, like, in order to be successful, you have to have 2 to 3 jobs. So that's the narrative that I grew up in. And then it's only once I started reading all these books on the shelves, once I started actually learning and understanding that, hey, there is another way, that I'm in co-creation with God, that I can actually dictate what my life looks like, that I can actually manifest money, that I can have more. But it all stems from actually letting go of the narrative that I can't have it, right? And letting go of that mindset, letting go of the thought of I can't afford it, and starting to change my words on how can I afford it? What is possible? What is the options for me? What else can I do, right? And when you start stepping into that belief system, you no longer are living in the broke as a joke street. You're starting to see things. And yes, your bank account may not reflect it. Your bank account right now might be going, Cindy, it's sitting at like $0 or $3 or whatever, right? And you're like, but my bank account doesn't reflect it. But what starts happening is when you start letting go of the narrative, when you start letting go of a limiting belief mindset and start adopting a abundant mindset, you start seeing opportunities. You start seeing things. You're like, oh, wow, okay. I can do this, I can do that. And these things start coming to you, and it's up to you then to take action. It's up to you then go, okay, I'm going to act on that action and then go from there. And that is how you actually break out of this mold of, oh, they want to keep me down there. They want to keep me there. It comes down to mindset. And I know a lot of times people going, oh, mindset, blah, blah. Yeah, I've got a good mindset. No, it's actually looking at what is the root cause? What is the things that you think about? So I want to just go through a little exercise with you because I want you to win. I want you to succeed. I want you to have the income, the impact. I want you to actually sleep at night, not worrying about where this is going to come from or that's going to come from. I want you to stop stressing on what's going on in the economy because yes, there's truth and there is the truth, right? Yes, there's stuff that's going on in the economy, but that doesn't mean that you can't make income. That doesn't mean that you can't make back. Do you know there were more millionaires made during the Great Depression than any other time, right? So if people could be making money in the Great Depression, why not you? Right? It's that narrative that we got to stay poor that no, because of this that's going on in the economy, you can't charge big ticket, you can't do that. That is just their version of the truth. That doesn't need to be your version of the truth, right? So I wanted you to go through a little exercise. I want you to think about, what is it that you want? What is the goal that you want to achieve? What is that number? What does that look like? And I want you to quantify it. I don't want you to just say, oh, I want to be free. I want to be financially free. Like, what does that actually mean? Does that mean making an extra 40K a month? Does that mean making extra 100K a month? Does that mean, what does it actually mean? What is that number for you? What is whatever that is? Is it 10 clients? Is it 50 clients? Is it selling, 100 books of your books? What is it? And quantify it. And then I want you to sit with, what is the feeling that comes up when you start saying that? Like, if you start saying, I want to make 100K, I want to make 100K a month, or I want to make 100K a day, right? What's that feeling that comes up? What's the thoughts that you have? And then I want you to take a pen and paper. I know, I want you to go old school. Get a pen and paper out, and I want you to journal out those thoughts that come up. What is that limiting beliefs that come up? What are those thoughts? And then I want you to reframe that, right? And that's the only way, that's one of the quickest way to get out of the cycle, because then what you're going to start seeing is, you're going to start seeing that what you've been thinking is actually a lie. What you've been thinking is actually a falsity, right? Because sometimes it's like, oh, I don't know anything. Well, actually, you've got several degrees hanging on the wall. It means you do know something, right? Or who are you to do it? Well, actually, I have XYZ. I've helped XYZ amount of people gain this result, right? You'll start seeing that this narrative that you've been playing in your head, and you'll be like, why am I believing this? Why am I holding on to that belief? And I want you to start changing that. And when you come to the narrative, I'm not good enough, and it's like, who says I'm not good enough? What evidence is it that says I'm not good enough? Because there's more evidence that says, I know what I'm doing. I've helped X amount of people. I can do this. I've done this in my life. I can help somebody else do the same, right? And you are good enough, because if you've got a desire in your heart, it's not there by mistake. It's been placed. It's been divinely guided and placed there for a reason and for a season, right? And here's the thing. I like saying, I love this quote. And I don't know who originally did it or where it comes from, but think about this. A peach tree doesn't bear fruit and consumes it itself. Think about that. A peach tree doesn't bear fruit so that it can eat it. It's there for other people to eat. So the fruits within you is for other people. So you are there for a reason. You have a skill. You've got something that you are bringing to the table, right? So I encourage you to look at that and start rewriting those thoughts. Start rewriting those things that you're saying, and do not buy into limited belief, because there is no competition. There is more than enough to go around. There is more than enough to go around. And I want you to repeat that saying, there is more than enough to go around. You do not have to stay stuck. You do not have to be stuck at whatever income level your mind is playing you at. That is just what you've tolerated. And now you've got to say to yourself, I no longer tolerate this as my minimum. I no longer am going to play into this narrative. I'm no longer going to play this narrative that I always have to struggle, that it always has to be hard. No, it does not have to be hard. You get to choose. You get to decide the life that you want to live. You get to say, I'm no longer buying into this narrative, because I have seen other people do it. I've seen other people overcome their circumstances. I've seen other people rise up. There's a guy, Dan something, I can't remember his last name, right? He was in prison, and look at him now, multi-millionaire. Look at Myron Golden, used to be a garbage truck driver, and now a multi-millionaire. You do not need to know where you come from dictate your past. That is just a lie. That is just a lie from the enemy, trying to keep you small, derailing you from where you need to go and the blessing that you need to give. So I want to encourage you right now, go after your dreams. Do not let limiting beliefs dictate. Do not let them keep you poor, because you have a mission and a calling, and it's up to you to go out there and do it right now. So go and do it. Start journaling right now how to do it. And if you are stuck and you're like, Cindy, I've got no following, I've got no anything, right? And I want to grow a business. Go down the bottom of the description. I have a masterclass, and I teach you all about how to have a simple system, how to scale and grow your business, how to actually set up your business so that you can have income and impact, especially if you've got no connections and you're like, okay, how do I do this, right? How to get started? Go and check out the free masterclass. But as always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe.